Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Washington. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I live in Los Angeles, California. I want to tell you a little bit about an organization that I recently joined called NOCD. Now, if you haven't heard about this organization, it's an amazing organization that is specifically dedicated to helping people address OCD and its symptoms and issues that come along with it. And the reason I wanted to tell you a little bit about this organization is not only because it's such a great organization, but I want to tell you a little bit about the onboarding process because we are currently looking for more clinicians just like me and just like you watching to join this organization. And that can be LCSWs, LPCCs, MFTs, licensed professionals that have had experience providing services to people who are currently suffering from OCD. And of course, we introduced something else here at this organization, and it's a wonderful tool called ERP, and that's exposure response prevention. And all of the licensed therapists that are operating here with NOCD have a specialty and training in ERP so that we can deliver the highest level of cognitive behavioral training, uh, MI, and then kind of pair that with ERP. So, again, I want to talk to you a little bit about my onboarding process with the organization because if you're a newer clinician or if you're an experienced clinician out there in the field, the organization has something for both uh, comprehensive training, uh, technology that supports that comprehensive training, and an EHR and just a medical system and technology backing that really helps to facilitate the clinical process. So, for example, NOCD has a service called NOCD Cares, and on there you will find many learning resources to help with dealing with any of the issues that the clients may be facing, but also to give you additional training to support your onboarding, and of course, not only support your onboarding, but to support you long term. One of the best things about this platform is they're constantly adding new teachings and trainings to the platform so that you can focus on a little bit of self-education, but also they have training built into it so that you're getting your clinical ERP training. But in addition to that clinical ERP training, you have support from the staff and your clinical advisor to kind of help you through the process of onboarding, learning ERP techniques if you aren't already familiar with them, and if you are familiar with them, it's a good brush up on some of those techniques and procedures, and then supporting you along the way as you transition to seeing some of the first members of the OCD community that you'll be serving. Again, it's a really great organization that is dedicated singularly and specifically to OCD. And not only are they dedicated to OCD, they're dedicated to finding clinicians that are dedicated to addressing these issues, supporting our members, and of course, by incorporating people who have suffered from OCD, we are able to create a very strong network of peers that also get to support our members, and of course, to educate our clinicians on the issues that are commonly associated with OCD. Well, who better to talk to the clinicians that will be serving this population than people who are suffering and have successfully managed their symptoms of OCD? So, again, a great organization, wonderful technology, wonderful support, and of course, a comprehensive onboarding process that kind of walks you through the wants and needs of our members, and then backs that by clinical science, research, and a staff that's always ready to assist so that you can provide the best service for our members possible. So overall, I would say my onboarding process has been amazing. it's been fruitful, and it's really given me some tools, techniques, and trainings that I could add to my own private practice in the future. For those of you who are thinking about coming on to OCD part-time, and those of you who are thinking of coming on to NOCD as full-time employees, they have a great employee benefits package, uh, great compensation, and of course, like I said, um, uh, really great support during this onboarding process. And all of that support, the package, the benefits, is all supported by a technology-based organization that really puts every clinical tool that you need to serve your members at your fingertips. Again, the NoCD Cares and the other technology pieces that plug into our kind of foundation of NoCD Cares. They offer training. It offers education support that so you can continue your education. And then on top of that, again, all those clinical tools that you're thinking about needing, that assessments at your fingertips. Again, things like the DOS 21, the Docs, QLES. It's technology based uh, assessments that get to give you a clear picture of who you're dealing with as a member, and then you can take those scores and those assessments and those technology pieces that are backing you up so that you can put a great intervention in ERP into place to help that member to really control their symptoms and the issues that they're dealing with, and kind of help people to get away from those safety seeking behaviors and back to baseline. And even better than getting just back to baseline, we can get people to thrive. So if you're a person who has been working in the OCD community or working in some of these communities that are really associated with it, like the military community that I primarily deal with, who often has PTSD symptoms, OCD symptoms overlooked for PTSD symptoms, this is an opportunity for you to be able to join an organization that might be able to give you a bigger tool or a stronger tool, or a tool you can use in conjunction with CBT or MI to give your folks that you're dealing with better opportunity to manage their symptoms. Or you could come onto the organization as a full-time employee like I am here, and you could do amazing things with the community that we have of members who are suffering with OCD, and peers who are ready to support them, and clinicians who are ready to provide great services in ERP and CBT and a little bit of motivational interviewing so that we can holistically deal with the issues that are happening with our members. So, again, to kind of summarize this whole thing, onboarding with NoCD has been pretty amazing. They've got a really great staff of people. Uh, they've got a really great technology piece, and they've got some really great tools for any clinician, whether you're really experienced or you're newly licensed. There's really great opportunities here. And again, we're looking for people who are dedicated, people who are ready to serve the community, and people who are ready to learn, because there's a lot of learning. So if that sounds like you, you should contact us, and there's a link below. And of course, I will be reaching out on social media, and you can reach out to me on social media, and I will of course ship all that information back over to the folks who are doing our recruiting here. And if you're a good fit for our members, perhaps you will join our ranks. It's a great opportunity to serve a really deserving community of people. So thank you much for listening, and I hope this has been fruitful for you. And feel free to reach out to me. I'll tell you a little bit more about NoCD, and if I can't answer your questions, I'll get you over to the pros who can answer your questions. Thanks, everybody. Bye.